And thank you very much, Ken Morganton. Welcome, everybody, to a new weekend of racing here at the Meadowlands. In the Sulky time, Friday night, in advance of the big mix sale coming up on Monday, it is always our pleasure to welcome Mr. David Reid, the master of Preferred Equine, the #1 sales agency in standardbred racing. And I like to always call you the international ambassador of all things horse racing, both thoroughbred and harness. Welcome to you. And how are you on this Friday?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to come.
Yeah, it gets you to do your homework on those horses, too, that are coming up in the sale.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in just a second here. But just a little bit more about you, Dave, in case there are some people out there who don't know you and your company, Preferred Equine. You've been in business for how long?
Yeah, 30 years. Lost my late partner, back in 2012, and we were together 25, 26 years or whatever. So, it's been a long time, but I still enjoy it, and I'm passionate about it, and it's all I do.
And the number of horses you have sold with your company, it's how many thousands?
Yeah, over 20,000.
Over 20,000.
Yeah, over 20,000, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
reason we're all here is the big sale coming up on Martin Luther King Day, Monday here, in the back paddock here at the Meadowlands. How many do you have cataloged for this particular January
It's just
sale?
a shade over 150 cataloged. We get 12-horse supplement, and it's a broad section of brood mares, stallion shares, race horses, etc., but right around 150.
And when does it start, and is it open to the public?
Open to the public Monday at 12 noon in the back paddock. And we're starting an hour later than we normally do, but 12 o'clock start, and should be a good day. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, even if you're coming not to bid, we want everybody to come and bid, but if you're not, it's always an entertaining experience. You see a lot of people and a lot of fresh faces at every sale, right?
Yeah, it's always good chatter, and I actually think it's good to come and see another side of the industry, and they see the horses perform here on a Friday or Saturday night, but they can come watch them be sold on Monday, and I think it's a great experience.
Okay, and it's not just about racehorses, too. You've also got, I think, a couple of broodmares and some stallion shares available. That's become very attractive.
Yeah, it is. The mares are an interesting group. We have them in Fold, the captain, and Father Patrick, Muscle Hill. We got a mare coming over, actually first time coming over from Europe, a French-bred mare, Ready Cash and Fold to Muscle Hill. And then stallion shares, Muscle Hill, Father Patrick, Captain, American Ideal. So we have a nice selection for the breeders, and I think they're going to respond well.
I think so, too, and it has always been a very positive kind of a sale. And I want to give you a chance to just gloat a little bit, because the list of graduates that have come out of this January winter mix sale, it's a who's who of harness racing. I picked out one last year that I thought turned out good, and that was Some Bad Dude that Ken Jacobs bought. He just won 2 in a row here.
Yeah, it's historically he's been right from Wake Up Peter when Alanya did, Dr. J. Hanover, Me So Fast, Propulsion goes on and races internationally. It's you just do your homework. There's a lot of reasons why horses are being sold here. Some are partnership disputes, some are yearling partnerships that want to race only 2- and 3-year-olds. Sometimes it's a cash flow situation, and it's a good time. The purses are good everywhere, and it's a good time to buy, and it's a good time to sell, and trade is good for our business, and I've encouraged that, and I like trade.
All right, now I took a look through the catalog, and I came up with a couple of good ones that I think we want to take and show some video for folks here coming up. Yeah. One of the possible sale toppers could be a horse racing this weekend. His name is Trolley, and he's been an invitational type trotter for several years.
Yeah, for sure. He's in tomorrow night as well, I believe there. So he's a proven winner and a high class winner. And when it comes to managing those horses, they have the talent. It's just about picking your spots and getting lucky in those few spots. But you got a shot to recoup a lot of your money right away.
Yeah, there was a look at Trolley back on October 18th when he won that race by open lengths at 3-5, no less, for Marcus Miller, clicking off that mile in 1:54.4. Do you think he could be the sale topper, or could it maybe be the next horse that we're going to talk about?
Probably going to be the next horse, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
that next horse is Lindy the Great, and on a qualifying evening last Saturday night, let's show you him in action here. This is a multiple stakes winner. There's Andy Miller in the bike, and he came home in 26-1, Dave, for a final time of 1:52.3, a trotter.
Yeah, he's a grand-looking horse with a grand pedigree. And last fall, he ripped off 4 in a row, sub 52. He went out to Indiana. He won the Caesar Trot, and he's coming into his 6-year-old season. But the free-for-allers, there's a lot of money to race for. He is coming into his prime, and the qualifier the other day was very, very impressive. He was monstrous. So we'll see what happens.
Do you ever get any overseas interest, phone calls about top trotters like this?
Yeah, for sure. He's still stud. And he's got a stallion pedigree, to be honest with you. So he'll have some residual value down the road. But right now he's sharp as a tack. And there's been a lot of interest in that horse, and he can play at the top level.
Okay, let's switch over to the pace for one that is also in tomorrow night and had a recent win. It's Western Exposure out of the Per Engblom barn. Here he is in action December 21st, and he beat Duty's Lure, who came back to win 2 in a row this mile, 151-1.
Yeah, so he's a lightly raced horse and by good connections here, and I expect this horse to sell very well, and I expect him to go on for the new owner. And here again, it's a high-class horse, shown to be a winner, and that's exactly what we want to sell.
Yeah, and he has looked good so far on the comeback trail. One more to show you here, back on the trot here for Team Orange Crush. That's Union Forces. We're going to take you back to November 1st when he first showed it back up here at the Big M. From post 8, he comes home in 28-2 for the Orange Crush.
Here again,
open lights.
Yeah, here again. But even like go back to last summer, he came in here in the Muscle Hill. He went down the road, winning 52 and change. The talent's there. Maybe some days he just feels like doing a little more than others, but he's a proven trotter. And here again, just turned into be a 4-year-old, and he should be a good find for somebody.
All right, now I want to throw out a few more names at you because it's so important to keep abreast of the horses that are in to go. And we had one qualify this morning, Escape to the Beach.
Yeah, Escape to the Beach. There again, 3-year-old turning 4. Connections that bought him as a yearling. They're turning him over. He won his qualifier this morning. Go on all size tracks, and he'd be a perfect candidate for a lot of operations.
I did notice that the Burke Brigade is going to let a few go, and there's
some
good prospects there.
Yeah, they always do. They're very sharp. They're sharp on to buy, they're sharp on to sell, but more importantly, they're sharp on trade. They have horses that fit a lot of the same classes, and listen, horses sold by those guys have gone on for other buyers and the purchasers, and I think listen, they run a huge operation. They're very successful, but on the other hand, they trade and they buy and they sell, and I wouldn't be afraid to buy a horse for those guys.
Okay, I know you've always got a couple of sleepers in your back pocket. Let me throw a few more names at you. That trotter Clive Bigsby, who's in tonight for Jim Campbell. I like what I see from him.
Yeah, same thing. Proven trotter, and Jimmy's listen, Jimmy's he's a class act, and horse is going to go on for somebody, buying it from Jimmy for sure.
One of the horses that qualified this morning that really caught your eye was Bicorn Hanover.
Yeah, that's one of the Burke Brigades, actually. He's a 4-year-old. No reason why that horse can't go on. It's there again, race over all size tracks. He's only got 2 pari-mutuel wins. There's some money coming in front of him. So, for sure, he was very impressive. 52 and change. It wasn't a great morning here this morning.
No, it was 100-mile-an-hour wind and like 5-degree weather. Yeah. I've asked you, but with my couple of names, you got a few to throw out to me?
No, you don't really, to be honest with you. And I say it all the time, just look at the past performances. There's 28 or 29 horses going to race from this morning till tomorrow night. 11 of them, I think, are in tonight or tomorrow night here. You got horses at Yonkers, up at Woodbine. So just do your homework, and people who do the work, look through the lines, come look at the horses. It increases your chances to be successful, and that's what we really want.
All right, a couple more things before we let you go. Give us an idea of the sales schedule for the rest of the year.
Yeah, sales schedule. So, we won't have another one until late spring or summer, and then we start gearing up for the yearling sales, actually, believe it or not, in February or March. And but this time of year, you start doing a lot of planning for the fall. And if you want to do any special projects, it's a good time the next couple months to do that. And you go to Florida, see the 2-year-olds, and there'll be some trade privately as well. And you sell breedings and mares, and so there's never really a downtime for me, but it's a good time.
And speaking of projects in harness racing, the Standardbred Transition Alliance is now up and rolling. Where do we stand with that?
Yeah, so it got launched about a year ago, and aftercare, it's needed in our industry. It's needed in the thoroughbreds. They've had about a 7 or 8 year head start on us. Very important. We have a good board. We've been a little slow, maybe just taking baby steps because we really don't want to make mistakes. But aftercare is important. It's going to have to be fun, in my personal opinion, for the entire industry, and from the ground up and from big and small. And our board's going well. We're going to have our first accreditations coming up here, I think, in about a month or so. I think that's the timeline. Okay. But there'll be news to come. But I'm very happy with it, and just try to educate people, and you'll see more of that in the future.
All right, that's very good to hear. Now, listen, on behalf of all of us here at the Meadowlands, I always thank you for your sponsorship, the Preferred Equine Starting Gate. Yeah. Why is that so important to you?
Well, first of all, it goes back to our late friend Sam. He was the one that we really kind of hashed around a little bit, but give back to the industry. I think branding our company, and we represent. We couldn't be who we are without our customers and our clients who give us the horses to sell, and we have a big support staff, and I think it's just important to have brand recognition, but give back, and I kind of like that NASCAR feeling of being sponsored by somebody.
Okay, in the world of horse sales, so to speak, something really cool happened this week out at Keeneland here, where for the first time ever, a female, Gabby Gaudette, one of the people that works for TVG and broadcast, she got up there and read a pedigree. How much fun was that for you?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I was down at Keeneland for a couple of days, actually, and I think, she's a quality person who has TV knowledge. She's been in the horse business a long time, and I thought she did great. And I think it's great for the industry, and we'll welcome one as well as long as we get someone with talent.
Yes, she definitely does have some talent, and that was a lot of fun to see. So I'm going to give you the last word here. Wrap us up with your best sales pitch. Why should any of us come on out to the sale on Monday and bring our checkbooks with us?
Yeah, because proven winners and horses that are racing, and the economy's good. People have money. They want to have fun. Restaurants are busy. The sports book's doing great here. Just a lot of positive things, and that's all despite them trying to impeach our president. The Guru's causing all sorts of trouble, and Murray Brown's about ready to get censored on Facebook. So, despite all those, we're going to have a good sale, and just for the industry, it's good. Trade is good, and like I said, we have a lot of quality. I'm very happy with the quality, and I think the trade will be good on Monday.
Can you imagine if we put Murray Brown in Facebook jail? We'd have to spring him.
Well,
somehow,
you know what? Some people may want to put him in Facebook jail. That's for sure. So.
All right, David Reid, thanks so very much for being part of our show tonight. Good luck with the sale on Monday. We know you're going to have a good time, and you look forward to that little bit of rest I hope you get when you get home Monday night.
For sure. Thank you very much as always. Thank you.
All right, David Reid from Preferred Equine on behalf of the January mixed sale coming up on Monday. We're going to take a quick time out here at the Big M this Friday night. Dave Little will hop in the air chair there. We will give out our weekly awards, and then we will look at our one featured race for tonight. So, folks, please stay with us.